That's a base hit. Outman around third. Now a long throw home. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Well, he was trying to get his team on the scoreboard and take a lead here in this ball game, but an outstanding job by the defense. Excellent execution, a bang-bang play at the dish, and they just got him in time.
Bottom of the inning, and here's the veteran outfielder, Joc Pederson. That one missing inside. And the lefty kicks, delivers. 2 balls, no strikes, the count.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Down the middle for a strike. And it's 2-1.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, definitely a borderline pitch right there, and he didn't look too convinced as he headed back to the dugout. You know, those are tough ones to let go as a hitter, but with the human umpire calling balls and strikes, it's always going to be on you to protect yourself with 2 strikes.
So the lineup flips over. Wyatt Langford stepping in for the Rangers. Sliced hard but foul. One down, base is empty. And strike 2.
A healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
That misses. Going to count 1 and 2. Headed towards the corner. And a foul ball. Still 2 and 2 after the foul ball. And that's outside.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They've got him working hard out there.
Outside, and that is ball 4. That's a great at bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
And next is the designated hitter, Josh Smith. First time up was a pop out. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. That one fouled off. And a foul ball. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And an excellent job keeping it right there.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already. So this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
And here's Corey Seager to hit. Struck out swinging his first time. Now snap throw to first. Langford back on a dive.
This is a great dynamic right here. Speedy runner at first, thinking about taking second. Catcher with the pop time that leaves Jaws on the floor. This might get interesting, Boog.
That's inside. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. High fly ball down the left field line. Hernandez sizes this one up, drops into the glove, and that will end the inning. One left for Texas, and we are still scoreless. On to the fourth, and stepping in is the speedy number 6. And there's the strike.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
Ooh, Baez. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Got him looking, and he didn't like the call.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. Got to be careful with this guy. He's got power. He can untie it with one swing. Off the plate inside, ball 1. Ohtani measures 6 feet 4 inches, 210 pounds. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP.
That's ball 2.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Here comes Max Muncy. That's outside. Ball 1. Ohtani leads off first with 1 away. Muncy hits one in the air. Peterson under it. Hauls it in for the out. 2 down.
Now batting the shortstop, Mookie Betts.
Here's Mookie now. Went down on strikes his first time through. Hits the top of the zone at 98 for a strike. Next offering is fouled back. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Top half of inning number 4. And Mookie takes.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
Pitch is in the dirt, and the count is even 2-2. Good job to fight that one off. Runner on the go. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Two outs. 3-2 now.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Teoscar Hernandez in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. And a swing and a miss. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. 1 hit, 1 left. We're midway in the 4th. We're tied 0-0. Back at Globe Life Field, and now the first baseman, Jake Burger. That's a strike.
Well, these Rangers just haven't produced as many competitive at-bats as I'd like to see in this one. They've gone down on strikes at a high rate today, so it's probably time to simplify the approach and just find ways to put the ball in play.
Swing and a miss. And that's strike 2.
Then he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
And a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced, so I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
Here's Josh Young. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Close one. Doesn't get the call. 1-0. Fouled off. He was late. In the air, left field, down the line. That's a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Couple of singles back-to-back. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Next to hit, Marcus Semien. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And that one upstairs, ball 1. That one misses, and that's ball 2.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
First and second, no outs. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Misses with the 2-0, and he's fired 3 straight outside the strike zone. Adolis Garcia in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Here's a 3-0. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Around third. Here comes the throw. He'll score on the board first. It's 1-0.
To swing or not to swing? That was the question, and the answer was letting it rip on that 3-0 pitch. It worked out great. It's a base hit, and it scores a run. You can't ask for anything else in that spot.
First and second, no outs. And the batter now, Adolis Garcia. Pitch misses, and that is ball 1.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
Right through there for a strike. No outs, runners at first and second. That's off the mark, and a count 2-1. That's in for a strike. That missed by a lot, and it's 3-2. Struck him out looking.
Now batting.
Kyle Higashioka stepping in for the Rangers. He was a strikeout victim his first time. That just
that time.
misses, and that's ball one. Just
Inside ball.
missed.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Late on that fastball.
As a hitter, you got to learn something from that pitch. He clearly wasn't timed up on the fastball. In a 2-0 count, you have to be ready to do damage.
And a foul ball. Two on, one out. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Close, but called a ball. 3-2 down. To short, could be two. Flips it, one at second. On to Freeman, double play, inning over. But they pick up one run on the RBI single. It's now 1-0. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. DeGrom back to work. That's a little bit low.
You know, these Dodgers, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
2-0.
Check swing, and he went. 2 balls and a strike.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Pops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
That ball exploded off his bat and off the warning track as well as it bounced over the fence. And it sounded really good, too. He just put together a really nice swing and just missed a home run.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Will Smith to the plate. There's a strike.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit is probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Hernandez leads off second with nobody out. Up the middle, Simeon tosses to first, and they get the out on Smith.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. It's early, but you still want to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
Conforto in the box now, takes strike one. Activity in the Rangers bullpen. Obi Milner getting loose out there. Armstrong also throwing. 2 now. And that one is inside ball 1. One away with a runner at third. And we're at the top of the 5th. And a swing and a miss. And he's up to 7 strikeouts.
Well, this is where the team aspect really comes into play on the offensive side of the game, right? I mean, missed opportunity to tie it up with the runner at third, 1 out, couldn't put the ball in play. So now it's time to pick him up. And that's where good teams, they go to. They operate on this level of next man up. That mentality is what causes them to win series, get into the postseason. And that helps keep the energy and morale high in the dugout.
Outman in the box now, takes strike 1.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
Outside, and the count is 1-1. 2 outs, and 1 in scoring position. And downstairs.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at-bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
In the air, right field. He's got it, and that's the 3rd out. 1 left for LA. They still trail 1-0. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Activity in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Kirby Yates looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Vesia getting cranked up as well. And that misses. And that's ball 1. Fastball for a strike. Outside low, 2-2.
2-2 count.
And that's downstairs and outside. Up the middle. Sneaks through, base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Just kept it simple. Played Pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there was just no one there to knock it down.
So the Rangers batting order turns over. Wyatt Langford stepping in for the Rangers. He is struck out and he is walked. Ground ball right side, could be 2. There's 1, and that's all they'll get.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Next, it'll be the Texas DH, Josh Smith. Both 2 in this one.
I love this part of the game. Does he really want to try and steal second against this catcher? I know he's fast, but it's pretty risky.
That one's upstairs, ball 1. Man at first, 1 away. Runner on the go. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Seager stands in now. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Now, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the
That's a
way
ball.
so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
Two outs. Yeah, that's fouled off. Spoils a two-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Two balls.
In the
two
dirt.
strikes.
Langford off of first with two away. Snap throw to first. And he dives back in safely. And it remains 2-2. Swings and misses. That's his 9th strikeout so far. Rangers leave one, but they still lead it 1-0. Top of the 6th inning. Now it's the Dodger leadoff hitter, Freddie Freeman. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Bullpen action for the Rangers. Cole Winn, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Garcia, the lefty, warming up as well. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And that's a fair ball.
Multi-hit game for him now, and with the lack of results he's been having lately, I'm sure he's feeling some relief. Just a bloop hit behind third right there, and that's a really tough play for a third baseman or shortstop to get to, and the same for the left fielder. So he just found a perfect place to drop that one in right there.
Now the number 2 hitter. And misses inside. And a pop-up on the left side of the infield. Young has a beat on it. Makes the grab, one down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Shohei.
Here's Shohei Ohtani, 1 for 2. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. That's off the inside corner. Ball 1. That one is absolutely belted. And that gets down into the gap. Coming home. Cut off, throw to third. Not in time. He's safe as a run scores.
Big RBI for him right there. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Rangers manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make the move. That'll be it for Jacob deGrom, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching.
Sean Armstrong will take over
Number
here.
43. Shaw Armstrong.
Go ahead run on base. Muncy, the next to hit. Ground ball right side. Down the line, and it's foul. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. You're a little late, opposite field knock.
Next offering upstairs.
In this situation, he's trying to get you to pop something up or jam you. That's a really good take, knowing you got an opportunity to drive in a run here.
Now a high fly ball out to left center. Langford on his way over. He's got it, and that should get the job done as he tags from third. He'll score on the sac fly. It's 2-1.
Well, he's always capable of losing one over the fence. He might have just missed it right there, but a good job to drive in that run from third.
Here's Betts, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. And that one is inside. 2 out, space is empty. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Right through there, got it. And that'll do it. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left on. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4, 5, 6 coming up. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Rangers 1. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound. Kirby Yates
Gets an opportunity to square off against his former team, so I wouldn't be surprised if he came out a little extra jacked up right here.
Well, one-run game. Jake Burger stepping in for the Rangers.
A walk, and he's also single.
That one finds the corner. That's strike 1. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Chased the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Josh Young getting ready to hit. Right through there for a strike. Yates, multi-time All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a splitter, and he works in a slider. The Rangers trailing by a run here in the bottom of the 6th. And ball 1. The 1-1 is fouled off. One down, base is empty. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Ground ball left side, and it goes just foul. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your bullpen arm when you roll them out there to start a new inning, hold on to a small lead. Just such a stabilizing effect. And not only get the first 2 hitters, but to strike them out. That gives everyone on defense a big boost of confidence.
Pulls that one foul. Two down, nobody on. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side here in the 6th. And the Rangers set down in order. They're down 2-1. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Jacob Webb.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Well, one-run game. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. The wind and the pitch. And that's a little high. Next offering is in for a strike. And he hits a ground ball right side. Simeon toss over to first. And Hernandez is out.
Now batting, catcher Will Smith.
The batter now will be Will Smith. Has grounded out a couple of times. Swing and a foul out of play. Deal one. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. Base is empty, one away. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Misses inside, and a count 1-2. And there's a ball. One down, base is empty. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. So the bullpen doing a nice job backing up the effort from their starter.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty excellent pitching out of this staff so far. I mean, they've come in ready to do their job and get outs. They've been pretty tough to get to in this one.
Tap foul at the plate. Two outs. Fastball in for a strike. And the count is 0-2. And the sweeper is off the plate. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout. Dodgers down in order as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Blake Treinen.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
In steps Adolis Garcia, also known as El Bombi. Pitch misses, and it's 1-0.
Ball 1, no strike.
He was late there, strike 1.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
Ball, that's down.
And that one cutting but missing down low. Kyle Higashioka in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
3-2.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. Brings it in, and there's one down.
Now batting, catcher, Kyle.
And now the catcher comes up to him, Kyle Higashioka. And that's in for a strike. 0-1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Evan Phillips appears to be getting loose. Vesia warming up as well. Holding on to a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. That one just misses.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Got him looking. Now 2 out.
Clearly looking out over the plate on that outer third, and that pitch finished right down the middle, just a little bit in, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
Here is Jock Peterson. Peterson just got a piece of it. Treinen, 36 years old, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in Kansas. Two down, nobody on. Fought off foul. Swing and a miss, and that is that. Nothing doing here this half. 8th inning coming up. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Rangers 1.
Now pitching for the
Welcome back,
Rangers,
and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Robert Garcia.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
And at the plate for the Dodgers, James Outman. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Bunt attempt, popped up. And he beats it out. It's a bunt single to start the inning.
The first baseman, number 5, Lenny
So back to the top of the order. And up next for Los Angeles, Freddie Freeman. Swings and misses. It's 0-1. So how much does his speed factor into his ability to go get it?
It's heartbreaking for the hitter because off the bat, he thinks this ball's going to get down. Because of that speed and the ability to make up so much ground, he enters the picture and breaks a guy's heart.
Garcia keeping an eye on him.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial gold glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Langford sizing this one up. And there's one down. And Chris, beyond the fact that he's so incredible defensively, he also can swing the stick. Here's the second baseman. 0 for 3 in this one. Just missed.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get one out first. It's going to be tough to get 2 with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
Just off the outside edge. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner on the move. Strike in there. And that's a stolen base, not even close.
Well, it seems like 90 feet is such a big deal in a tight one-run game like this one. Maybe it's a little bit risky, but they felt good about it, and it paid off. Let's see if they can turn this into a big run.
Just missed. That one down the line. Fair ball. Headed for the plate. The throw in. Safe. It's 3-1.
Got the job done to put him up by 2. Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent back control, and it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
Runner on at first with one gone. And now the DH, Shohei Ohtani. He swings and fouls one off. One run across in the frame so far, and we're in the top of the 8th. Way out front for strike 2. Some activity in the bullpen for Texas. Bobby Milner, the lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Jackson also getting ready. In the air, center field. Peterson drifts towards it. Corrals it. And there's 2 down.
The third baseman, number 13, Max Muncy.
So a man aboard. Here's Max Muncy. Clips the corner. Strike 1.
That's a ball.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Step off, throw to first. And 1-2.
One ball, two strikes.
And that's down and away. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Two outs. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit, and this is now a 3-1 ball game. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Alex Vesia.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Back to the top of the order now. Wyatt Langford stepping in for the Rangers. Check swing, and he went 0-1.
0-1.
Check swing, no appeal. Action in the pen down there. Tanner Scott, the anchor of the staff, is getting ready to close this one out. Next offering is fouled back. Strike 3 on the fastball, and that ran back over the inner half.
Simply said, this guy's flailing at the plate right now, just disconnected from head to toes in terms of the sink of his body. That's his 5th strikeout of the series, and we're just 2 games in, so hoping to see some kind of adjustment out of him. His at-bats are just a little tough to watch right now.
So next to hit for Texas, Josh Smith. First pitch just misses.
Counts 1-0.
And there's a foul ball.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
And there's a breaking ball that drops in there.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful, not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
Goes down looking.
The batter, number 5.
So now it's Corey Seager. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. So here in the 3 spot, Chris, a hitter low average but high slug.
Well, one thing he's going to lean on are the metrics. His exit velocity has been really good. He's just had some bad luck hitting the ball right at people.
Out towards right center field. Outman settles underneath it. And the inning is over. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Obi Milner. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Here's Mookie Betts now. 3 strikeouts already. He's 0 for 3.
Bet.
Right through there for a strike.
Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. Way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Jumps, throws, on the money. Nice play. And next for LA, Teoscar Hernandez. 1 for 3. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. This one could be trouble. And that's going to roll to the wall. Now around second, going for third. The relay in there safely.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side. And the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
One down, runner at third. And up to the plate is Will Smith. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. In for a strike. Went with the sweeper.
Here's the sac fly situation, and he's got to make sure he gets the ball out over the plate and get those arms extended. They're trying to crowd him with the infield in. This would be a big pickup if he can push a run across.
Nope, that's a ball.
Activity in the bullpen. Kumar Rocker, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. Line drive, base hit. In comes the run from third. And it's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
The batter will be Michael Conforto. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. They get it in quickly, so first and second now, 1 out.
The center fielder, number 33,
James Outman digs in now. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did.
0-1's the count.
And that one wrapped foul. Smith on second. Conforto over at first with 1 away. Swings and misses. Snuck the fastball by him.
A left-handed batter facing a left-handed pitcher that's got some sink like that at the end. It's just the bottom falls out of it when it looks like it's going to be a pretty good pitch in that location that everyone says lefties love.
Line drive, Adam in center field. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now a 4-1 ball game. Back after this on the show. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Tanner Scott. He has a great slider with tons of movement. And here's the first baseman, Jake Burger.
the first baseman, Jake Burger.
And it's fouled away. Foul ball. And
One
now
ball,
1 and 2.
strikes.
Pulls the string with the changeup, struck him out.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
He's 2 outs away. Now the third baseman, Josh Young. Foul ball there. Top of the zone for a called strike.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field.
The batter, number 2.
Marcus Semien stepping in for the Rangers.
Semien.
And that drops in for a strike. And now it's even up. The Rangers trailing by 3. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Late on that fastball.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days. You would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
Fights that one away, still 1 and 2. The Dodgers trying to close out a 3-run lead here in the last half of inning number 9. Started to go after it. Now a look down to first. He went around, says Rusty Valentine.
Now batting.
Last chance now for the Rangers. And now the right fielder, Adolis Garcia. First offering, and it just misses.
What's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it,
One ball,
you hit a
one
broken
strike.
bat as you jog back to the dugout.
And now
That's
2 and
off the
1
plate.
after that
Ball
missed inside. Slapped hard the other way, but foul. Scott is just 1 strike away. Still 2 and 2 after the foul ball. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
He hasn't gotten the result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this pitcher.
2 outs. Battling here as he fouls it away. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. That one missed.
Pressure mountain right here with the tying run in the on-deck circle. He's got to find the strike zone.
3-2. Got him, and that's the ball game.
After 4 wins in a row, you start to think a little bit that you're on a roll, and that's the momentum that just takes on a life of its own. Players start hitting up and down the lineup. You never know who's going to come up with the big hit, who's going to come out of the bullpen and get the big outs. But it's a good feeling, and you want to extend it.
4-1 the final here today. Dave Roberts and company celebrate in the dugout. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long. Welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Texas Rangers. All right, Singy, let's talk about the man on the mound. He has been lights out lately.
You're not kidding, Boog. I mean, look at these stats. He's got hitters guessing on every pitch. I'm excited to see if he can maintain his dominance in this one.
To get this one started after this. Just about ready to roll, and starting in this one, Jacob deGrom. Chris, he is a fun one to watch do his thing out there.
Well, he comes in carrying a career ERA under 3. He's been fantastic ever since he broke into the big leagues. Can't wait to watch him pitch today.
All right, ready to go here. Freddie Freeman up to the dish. Strike on the outside, and we're underway. And that's way high. And 1-1. Freeman working through some struggles lately. Late with the swing there.
Yeah, they say baseball is a game of failure, and that's true even for longtime major leaguers. Sometimes you'll have tough stretches just like this, but he's an experienced vet. He'll probably right the ship soon.
Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
And now the rookie second baseman, 4 for 4 last night. Popped up. Simeon settles underneath it. He's got it. There's 2 away. Time now for Dave Roberts' lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Of course, a big piece for them is their DH, Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, definitely someone I always enjoy, when I get a chance to watch him, whether he's hitting a game or even taking swings during batting practice. Man, this guy's always so focused on what he's doing on that task at hand. He's got so much attention to detail that when he steps in the box, his success rate is really high.
Shohei Ohtani in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. Nice warm day here, good baseball weather. Does that change anything, Chris, especially for the hitters?
Absolutely. You feel so much more comfortable at the plate. You're not worried about getting jammed on fastballs inside part of the plate. You can kind of be more selective instead of just looking out away so that you can get the barrel to it. And that part, you can get on the inside part of the plate as well.
Off the mark there. And the count's even at 2.
And Boog, hitters can be a little less aggressive on hard stuff early in the season just because of how cold it is and not wanting to get a stinger. Now, you think, oh, it's just a jam, it's shot, it's a broken bat, but sometimes guys get deep thumb bruises that can linger for a while. So, you just want to avoid that if you can, but at the end of an at-bat, you're just trying to battle no matter what.
How much did your dress change when it would get cold or when it would be cold early or late in the season?
Well, early in the season, Boog, I'm taking a top coat, on the road and trying to look cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about...
No, I'm talking about your
as a
uniform.
player.
When you played back, way back in the day.
Oh, all right. I thought you want to know about my travel gear.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Dodgers go down quietly. Now the Rangers will get their first crack. We're scoreless. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back at Globe Life Field, and taking the ball for the Dodgers, Blake Snell.
Comes into this start sporting a lifetime ERA just over 3. He's been pretty great for most of his big league career. Can't wait to watch him in this one.
Bottom of the first, here's the left fielder, Wyatt Langford. And the first offering a fastball for a strike. Snell, 32 years old, and of course has a Cy Young to his credit. Swinging a foul straight back. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Next to hit, Josh Smith.
Outside, that's a ball.
Just missed. Snell, he has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. Ball to strike, the pitch. Inside, just missed.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence grows with the players and teammates playing behind him that when things get a little rough out there, they know he'll find his way through it.
2 away now. And now we take a look at the Rangers lineup. All right, Siggy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
2 outs, base is empty. Now a chance for Corey Seager.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
How much of the ability to do that in a tight spot is the mental approach?
I think it's very much being able to have a laser-like focus, slow everything down, stay right in that moment, pitch to pitch execution, and focusing on that catcher's mitt.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss, and it's 1 and 2.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
That's inside, and it's 2 and 2.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. An inning in the books. No score here on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Second inning set to go. Here's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
DeGrom back to work. DeGrom, a multi-Cy Young Award winner. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a changeup, and he occasionally uses a curve. Mike Fillmore, our plate umpire. Very consistent with his zone, Chris. Gets a lot of praise for that.
He does, Boog, and I think that with any umpire, you really just want them to be consistent. Fillmore's a guy that does a good job back there in that way, so people around the league really appreciate his consistency.
Simeon, toss over to first, and quickly one away in the second.
That is the shortstop, Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts will make his way to the plate. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. Gets the outside corner with that one. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
Stays alive. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And now 1-2.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
And that's down and away. Turns and fires the Betts. Fights it off. He'll see another. To third, and foul ball. About to see the 11th pitch of the at-bat here. Got him swinging. He chased the changeup. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. And now Teoscar Hernandez. And that drops in for a strike. Foul ball. Swing and a miss. DeGrom gets the strikeout. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back in Arlington, stepping in the long ball threat, Jake Burger.
He's definitely a talented player. He can hit the ball a mile, and they're just hoping for him to have some more consistency so he can establish that next level here in the big leagues.
Check swing on the first pitch. Appeal down to first. And yes, he offered at it. Late that time, and it's strike two.
0-2 is the count.
Ball one there.
2 strikes.
And that one is downstairs. And it's 2-2.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
And that's in the dirt. And so the lefty allows the leadoff free pass. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
That's a tough one to swallow right there. If you're on the mound, you're ahead in the count 0-2, and you just couldn't find a way to put him away. It's going to be frustrating if that one comes back to bite him.
Foul ball there. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle, but I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
That misses the zone. 1-2 to count.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
That one ran inside, almost got him.
I got 3-2.
No score here in the second. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, he hadn't seen that changeup the entire at-bat until that put-away pitch, and it's pretty tough to deal with as a hitter. You're up there battling, trying to read and react with 2 strikes, and then all of a sudden the pitch comes out of nowhere, and it's a good changeup. It's just almost impossible to hit it when you haven't seen it.
Here is Marcus Semien. No hits in the shutout yesterday afternoon. That one missed. For Marcus Semien, probably the biggest adjustment and improvement he's made has been on defense. Semien made 35 errors as a shortstop in 2015 with the Athletics. And by the time 2021 came around, there goes the runner. Caught on and missed. To second, but way too late. Safe there.
You know what? I like the aggressiveness right there. It looks like it's going to be tough to score in this one. Really good pitching so far. So why not try to put some pressure on him and see if you can steal the bag, get in the scoring position.
And that drops in for a strike.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
Almost got him. Lined, and that's a base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with 1 out.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Runners at the corners here, 1 away. Garcia now at the plate. And that one fouled off.
Well, the offense really struggled last night. I mean, it was awful. So I think picking up a run right here, that's going to get him going a little bit.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. And that is out of play.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
Foul ball, still 0-2. Berger at third. Simeon at first. One gone. And a swing and a miss. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big 2-out at bat coming up now.
Now the catcher up to hit, Kyle Higashioka. Strike one.
0-1's the count.
Inside. And it's a ball and a strike. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. And he went around. Not an easy call there, but that puts an end to the inning.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
All set for the start of the inning. Here's the catcher, Will Smith. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Right side, hard hit. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Batting it, the right fielder, Michael Conforto.
And here is Michael Conforto. Fastball for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
And that drops in for a strike. 1 out, base is empty. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
Clearly trying to stay back a little bit longer for that changeup as he fouls that fastball back.
That's outside, and that's ball one. And that one missing inside, a sharp slider. Outside with a breaking ball. Three and two, the pitch is outside, and ball 4. And that's their first base runner of the game. And next for LA, James Outman. Smoked into left. This looks like extra bases. Lead runner makes the turn at second. Coming home, the relay throw. And he's out.
A lot of real estate to cover on that play defensively. A long throw to the cutoff man, and then a lot of ground to make up as well on the relay. But an excellent job of execution and getting that out at the dish as he tried to make it home all the way from first base.
Freddie Freeman will come up to hit. His first at-bat was a strikeout. And that's a base hit. Outman around third. Now a long throw home. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Well, he was trying to get his team on the scoreboard and take a lead here in this ball game, but an outstanding job by the defense, excellent execution, a bang-bang play at the dish, and they just got him in time.
Bottom of the inning, and here's the veteran outfielder, Jock Peterson. That one missing inside. And the lefty kicks, delivers. 2 balls, no strikes to count.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Down the middle for a strike. And it's 2-1.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, definitely a borderline pitch right there, and he didn't look too convinced as he headed back to the dugout. You know, those are tough ones to let go as a hitter, but with the human umpire calling balls and strikes, it's always going to be on you to protect yourself with 2 strikes.
So the lineup flips over. Wyatt Langford stepping in for the Rangers. Sliced hard but foul. One down, base is empty. And strike 2.
A healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
That misses. Going to count 1 and 2. Headed towards the corner. And a foul ball. Still 2 and 2 after the foul ball. And that's outside.
Still just the 2nd batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They've got him working hard out there.
Outside, and that is ball 4. That's a great at bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
And next is the designated hitter, Josh Smith. First time up was a pop out. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. That one fouled off. And a foul ball. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And an excellent job keeping it right there.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already. So this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
And here's Corey Seager to hit. Struck out swinging his first time. Now snap throw to first. Langford back on a dive.
This is a great dynamic right here. Speedy runner at first, thinking about taking second. Catcher with the pop time that leaves Jaws on the floor. This might get interesting, Boog.
That's inside. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. High fly ball down the left field line. Hernandez sizes this one up, drops into the glove, and that will end the inning. One left for Texas, and we are still scoreless. On to the fourth, and stepping in is the speedy number 6. And there's the strike.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
Ooh, Baez. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Got him looking, and he didn't like the call.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. Got to be careful with this guy. He's got power. He can untie it with one swing. Off the plate inside, ball 1. Ohtani measures 6 feet 4 inches, 210 pounds. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP.
That's ball 2.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Here comes Max Muncy. That's outside. Ball 1. Ohtani leads off first with 1 away. Muncy hits one in the air. Peterson under it. Hauls it in for the out. 2 down.
Now batting the shortstop, Mookie Betts.
Here's Mookie now. Went down on strikes his first time through. Hits the top of the zone at 98 for a strike. Next offering is fouled back. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Top half of inning number 4. And Mookie takes.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
Pitch is in the dirt, and the count is even 2-2. Good job to fight that one off. Runner on the go. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Two outs. 3-2 now.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Teoscar Hernandez in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. And a swing and a miss. So he picks up his sixth strikeout of the ball game. One hit, one left. We're midway in the fourth. We're tied 0-0. Back at Globe Life Field, and now the first baseman, Jake Burger. That's a strike.
Well, these Rangers just haven't produced as many competitive at-bats as I'd like to see in this one. They've gone down on strikes at a high rate today, so it's probably time to simplify the approach and just find ways to put the ball in play.
Swing and a miss. And that's strike two.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
And a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced, so I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
Here's Josh Young. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Close one. Doesn't get the call. 1-0. Fouled off. He was late. In the air, left field, down the line. That's a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Couple of singles back-to-back. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Next to hit, Marcus Semien. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And that one upstairs, ball 1. That one misses. Yeah, that's ball 2.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
First and second, no outs. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Misses with the 2-0, and he's fired 3 straight outside the strike zone. Adolis Garcia in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Here's a 3-0. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Around third. Here comes the throw. He'll score on the board first. It's 1-0.
To swing or not to swing? That was the question, and the answer was letting it rip on that 3-0 pitch. It worked out great. It's a base hit, and it scores a run. You can't ask for anything else in that spot.
First and second, no outs. And the batter now, Adolis Garcia. Pitch misses, and that is ball 1.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
Right through there for a strike. No outs, runners at first and second. That's off the mark, and a count 2-1. And that's in for a strike.